Good afternoon. I'm Margaret Ann Bollmeier, President and CEO of MCV Foundation, and I want to welcome you to our annual MCV Campus Endowed Scholarship event. Now, I hope you enjoyed the slideshow and the music. I want to give special thanks to the VCU Health Orchestra for the beautiful pieces that were played during that opening slideshow. I want to give a special thanks to you all of you for joining us, but especially to the generous donors who created the scholarships that we'll celebrate today. The students, the MCV Foundation Board, MCV Campus, deans, and development staff, and all of our guests. We are so happy you joined us today. The mission of MCV Foundation is to inspire, seek, secure, and steward philanthropic resources for VCU Health, the VCU Health Science Schools, and Massey Cancer Center. The foundation currently manages approximately $800 million in assets to ensure that the MCV campus remains at the forefront of excellence and innovation in patient care, research, and education. We have 463 endowed scholarships on the MCV campus and $3.3 million available in scholarship funds for the current year. We're very pleased that we have added 7 new endowed scholarships this year. Thank you to all of our donors. Now it's my pleasure to welcome and introduce Dr. Michael Rao, President of Virginia Commonwealth University. Dr. Rao has been in higher education leadership for more than 20 years. He became the 5th president of VCU and the VCU Health System in 2009. Under Dr. Rao's leadership, VCU's place among national research universities continues to rise, with 32 graduate and first professional programs ranked among the best in the nation by U.S. News and World Report. Dr. Rao.
Good afternoon. What an honor it is to celebrate a community dedicated to serving humanity. Your generosity and belief in VCU's mission enables our hardworking, innovative, and compassionate students to achieve world-class educations without having to be unduly distracted by financial burdens. Because of your support of our endowed scholarships, our students will graduate ready to serve, treat, heal, and discover better ways of providing care to our patients. They'll go out into our communities, making our mission to provide the highest quality health care to all people real. Endowed scholarships make VCU much more accessible to all talented students. In turn, these students will make health care more accessible to all of the communities they serve. You should be so proud that you're part of the almost 400 new endowed scholarships and student support funds that we've established during the Make It Real campaign, which, by the way, concluded in June with more than $841 million that were raised. You may have also noticed a change to our medical campus landscape as the VCU Adult Outpatient Pavilion and our Children's Hospital of Richmond Wonder Tower fill the skyline. We're fulfilling our shared vision to build and fill these new facilities with patients, students, faculty, and the very best providers of care. Our vision to provide the highest rated patient experience and the best care and learning environment imaginable, it's all becoming a reality throughout our campus, and you've helped us to get there. Thank you. I'm so grateful for the MCV Foundation and its leadership, and certainly its board, including my good friend Wyatt Beazley. The foundation has really made it possible for us to attract, educate, and fully prepare future healthcare professionals who will represent the world and who are committed to providing world-class care to all human beings in need. Thank you so much for supporting our missions of education, research, and the highest standards of clinical care throughout VCU. I look forward to celebrating soon in person.
Now it's my pleasure to thank Dr. Deepak Thomas and Dr. Maureen Thomas for establishing the Deepak and Maureen Thomas Scholarship Fund in 2017. They established this scholarship because of their deep interest in providing scholarships for medical students based on their belief that because of their good fortune in having their respective schooling paid for, they have the responsibility to pay it forward to students who need assistance. Both are class of 2007 graduates of VCU School of Medicine. Dr. Deepak Thomas is an interventional cardiologist whose father was a physician, and Dr. Maureen Thomas is a pediatrician whose parents were both physicians. The Thomases focus their work on underserved communities while providing access to specialized medical care. Their inaugural scholarship recipient is Corey Williams, a student in the School of Medicine, class of 2023. Now we'll get to hear from both Dr. Thomases and Corey Williams.
I'm Corey Williams. I'm a second-year student at the School of Medicine.
I'm Maureen Thomas, and I went to VCU School of Medicine, and I am a pediatric endocrinologist at the Children's Hospital of Richmond.
My name is Deepak Thomas. I'm an interventional cardiologist. I went to VCU School of Medicine.
I came to VCU because it's a great school. It's known in my area as one of the best. When people are really sick, they come to VCU to get better. There's really no other place I really wanted to go. I wanted to be close to home. I wanted to be, near family.
We both see patients from Petersburg, Emporia, South Hill, so pretty far south, and so they have to drive a pretty good distance in order to get some of the care that they need. And so what we're really hoping is that we can encourage students who have there's plenty of academic talent in the area. So something that would encourage students who might be on the fence about pursuing medicine, that they might come from those particular communities and then get training, locally, and then be able to go back and serve in communities where they grew up.
But why I want to be a doctor personally, I think it started when I was young. My mom was diagnosed when I was born, she was diagnosed with FSGS, which is focal segmental glomerular sclerosis, which is a rare kidney disease. And she ultimately lost her kidneys. And I think through that whole process, I was kind of with her. I grew up in and out of the hospital with her, like kind of seeing her progress through that. And doctors always gave me a really good sense of hope, and she was like gonna get better, and they were gonna do things that made her better. And I just want to do that for my patients one day. That's kind of my main driving factor. Definitely having the scholarship now is such a weight off your shoulders. I guess is the best way to put that. I don't have to worry about how am I going to pay for medical school. I can just focus on medical school, which is hard enough. And I think just having that kind of you don't have to think about it. It's not something that it's on your brain, and you can just know that, okay, once I get out of here, I can start my practice. I don't have to worry about paying off a bunch of debt, and I can start giving back sooner to the next generation. And I think that's definitely something I want to do, considering how much I've been helped throughout my time here.
I think it's been one of our priorities to just think about ways that we wanted to kind of donate or give back. And I think we've decided that it's better to go ahead and do it in the early part of our career, do it first so that other things don't get in the way of doing it. And then we get to see and meet students who have the chance to get the scholarship. So, it's not always easy to do that with like a young family, but I think we felt like this was the right time.
And the other thing that is important to realize is just from an investment aspect, the fund is in perpetuity. So that was really enticing for me, because I knew that even if something happens to us, it'll keep going. And so I really saw it as one sacrifice early on is something that would outlast all of us.
Just a gracious thank you. That's the biggest, I think, thing I can say. Without donors and without having kind of so it almost feels like a sense of support, and just you know, there's people that are ahead of you. They're like, hey, we've got your back. We believe in you. It almost feels, it very much feels like just a helping hand.
Thank you, Deepak, Maureen, and Corey for sharing your story with us. We are so grateful to have this scholarship in the School of Medicine. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Jason and Jamel Page. Dr. Jamel Page graduated from VCU in 2006 with her doctorate in physical therapy. Dr. Jason Page also graduated from VCU in 2006 from the School of Dentistry. Jason and Jamel have supported the existing Dr. Francis Foster Scholarship in the School of Dentistry. They have also provided scholarship seat funding at the College of Health Professions. Asha Tooley, a fourth-year dental student, is the current recipient of the Dr. Francis Foster Scholarship. The scholarship is named for a former dentistry faculty member, Francis M. Foster Sr. Asha hopes to improve access to dentistry in rural areas after she graduates. And now we'll hear from Jamel and Jason and Asha Tooley.
My name is Asha Tooley. I am a fourth-year dental student.
Jamel Page. I studied at the School of Physical Therapy and graduated in 2006.
I'm Jason Page, and I graduated from the School of Dentistry, and I graduated in 2006.
I am from Tanzania originally. I moved to the U.S. about 8 years ago now.
I work in home health setting, and so I go to patients' homes.
I work as an associate at a dental office right here in Richmond.
I received the Dr. Francis Foster Scholarship twice, and it has helped me relieve financial burden and has helped me focus on school.
Lighten some of the load. School is stressful enough. So if that's something that we can take off of their plate, I would like to do that. But then also, it may put them in the mindset that the scholarship helped me as a student, so let me make sure that I give back when I have the opportunity in my career.
I wanted to be a dentist because growing up, and even now honestly, a lot of my family members and I guess just people in my community consider dentistry to be a privilege. So I guess I was able to go to the dentist when I was younger. My dad was able to take me, and I had a lot of dental problems. So I wanted to kind of be a dentist so I can show people that it's not a privilege, it's something that is important to your overall health. So I want to be that person to kind of bridge that gap and just, I guess, improve access to dental care.
What we have seen is just how passionate the students are. You know, I'm like, this is just one thing that kind of helped them kind of on their road, but they're just excited, you know, and anything to kind of keep that excitement, you know, for the profession or for, you know, helping other people or, you know, just kind of continuing the scholarship.
It's one less thing to worry about. Dental school is very busy. It's very, it's a big learning curve from undergrad or whatever background you come from. So having to not worry about those extra thousands of dollars or however much of money that you got, no matter how small or big, definitely makes a difference.
We're at a point where we felt like I said, it's not a grand amount, but we felt like we could do something. So that was a good feeling, to feel like we were finally at a place where we could.
Yep, and to do it continuously. You know, I think at one point I felt when I finished my obligation for the Francis Foster Endowment, I'm like, well, you know, what am I going to do now? You know, it's like, they're not going to worry about me now.
I know.
Right, and so it's okay to, you know, like, okay, I did this thing and now we can switch and do this other thing, you know, and we can go back and do the other thing later, you know, but it's just nice that we, you know, found something else to kind of put that energy and finances to. It doesn't have to be the end all be all. We don't have to buy a football stadium. Like, we can just, you know, figure out what we can do and do that.
School is very expensive and it is helpful to have any help. So I really appreciate, you know, that the generosity. And it's definitely something that I'll remember, and hopefully I'll be able to kind of give back as well.
Thank you, Jason and Jamel and Asha. Best wishes to you. Now I have the pleasure of introducing Caitlin Bailey and Rebecca Highfield. Caitlin and Rebecca are alumni of the College of Health Professions and former recipients of the Alexander F. Tartaglia Supervisory Educator Scholarship. Caitlin Bailey is currently a faculty member in the College of Health Professions Patient Counseling Program. Rebecca Highfield is on staff at Mary Washington Hospital in Fredericksburg. Now we will hear from Caitlin and Rebecca.
I am Caitlin Bailey, a board-certified chaplain and ACPE educator. The best way I can describe my appreciation for being a recipient of the Alexander F. Tartaglia Supervisory Educator Scholarship Fund is that I have a deep and profound gratitude for the investment made in me and my learning. I was one of the first to receive this scholarship, and this financial support made it possible for me to purchase books and resources to begin to build my professional library, which was essential to my learning and current practice of CPE supervision. This was such a gift. I am living my full potential as an educator and professional chaplain because of my hard work and dedication to the program, the expertise of wise teachers and mentors, a desire to learn, the rich clinical and educational environment here at VCU, and the support I receive through scholarship assistance. Thank you for investing in me through the act of giving, for your thoughtfulness and your support so that I could invest in my future.
I am Rebecca Highfield, a board-certified chaplain and ACPE certified educator. I was the beneficiary of scholarship assistance when I attended the Patient Counseling CPE program. At the time, I had small children in daycare, and I was concerned about how I would manage my education and meet my financial responsibilities at home. This financial support made it possible for me to pursue my professional goals and focus on my learning. I was certified as an educator with ACPE in 2018 and went on to join Mary Washington Healthcare as an educator in 2019. The best way I can describe my appreciation for being a recipient of the Alexander F. Tartaglia Supervisory CPE Scholarship is that it helped me feel encouraged and supported by the faculty and helped reduce my worry about how to complete the program. I am living my full potential as a certified educator. Thank you for investing in me so I could invest in my future.
Caitlin and Rebecca, thank you for sharing your stories with us, and best wishes to both of you. Now I'll introduce Dr. Michael Hindle, a School of Pharmacy professor who sadly lost his partner, Amy Packies, on January 4th, 2020. Dr. Amy Packies was also a faculty member at the School of Pharmacy at VCU. Michael established the Amy Packies Memorial Scholarship, which quickly raised funds and has since been endowed and awarded. Now we will hear from Michael Hindle.
Yeah, my name's Mike Hindle. I'm a professor in the School of Pharmacy, and I've worked there for about 30 years now. My relationship to the scholarship, the Amy Packies Scholarship, is that as well as being a colleague of Amy's, her office was 2 doors down from me, I was also a partner for 15 years. Amy was a passionate teacher and a passionate researcher, and when she passed away in January of 2020, her parents and myself and her mentor, Ron Polk, decided to get together to put together an Amy Packies Memorial Scholarship. What we thought the scholarship would do would be a lasting memory and tribute to her passion for teaching and a passion for research. It was one of the quickest scholarships that's ever been established. So I think we had over 50 donations received very quickly, and we very quickly reached that threshold in order to establish the scholarship. And I was really impressed that our pharmacy students also held a talent night, and they donated some of the profits from that talent night to the Memorial Scholarship. Our students have many needs. They have needs from both financial, and circumstantial perspective that would benefit from being able to receive additional funds. Once Amy passed away, I wanted the school to have something there that would be a lasting tribute to her legacy in the school. She was a quiet, understated professor, but I think after she'd passed, it was only then that there was an outpouring of how much she meant to people. So to me, it's it's something that will always be there to help memorialize her contributions to the school and her contributions to students. I always remember walking past her office, and her office door was always open, and there was always a student in there or a research assistant in there. We have a student body who's enthusiastic. We have a student body who want to get out there. I've noticed over the past few weeks, we hear about stories about our pharmacist students wanting to be trained to give vaccines. So they want to be on that front line. They want to make a contribution. And I think that's always been a challenge for a pharmacist to ensure that they make a contribution. And I definitely feel our next generation pharmacists, the pharmacists that we award scholarships to, are going to be pharmacists who are making contributions, who are leaders for the future. And that's something I'm really proud of for what the MCV School of Pharmacy does. I hope that it will stimulate them to learn in the same way Amy learned, to stimulate their passion for pharmacy, their passion for science, the passion for bettering themselves. That was something that Amy had, and I hope that will be something that our awardees also possess.
Thank you, Dr. Hendel, for your generosity in establishing the Memorial Fund in Dr. Amy Packey's memory. Now I'd like to introduce Trish Bernal, a School of Nursing alumna and retired VCU health staff, who established the Trish Bernal RN BS Award Fund, a scholarship to support continuing professional education for nurses. She has also listed MCV Foundation as a beneficiary designation in her estate plans to ensure that the scholarship can provide support for generations to come. Now we will hear from Trish Bernal.
What inspired me to set up the scholarship fund was my journey. Back in 1978, I was a newly divorced single mom with a brand new 2-year degree from Northern Virginia Community College. And I chose MCV specifically because they had a wonderful program where I could go back and get my bachelor's degree, and they would help support me through that. And that was very important to me at the time, and still is, obviously. I've actually continue to work at MCV, VCU Health, 1 to 2 days a week. I live very close, I walk to work. It's a wonderful opportunity. It's a great way to stay connected, not just with the institution, but with fellow co-workers who I have a wonderful relationship with. I served on the nursing division, alumni board, and then subsequently as chair of the nursing division, then served on the MCV board, alumni board. And during that time, there was an opportunity to set up a scholarship fund. So I endowed a scholarship. MCV and VCU Health, VCU have both been really good to me. I have a 40+ year career, fabulous education, I'm financially stable, and I wanted to make sure that I could give back in this way so that other nurses could have an opportunity to go back to school and continue their careers. Like I said, I think I've always just been very grateful for all the opportunities that I've had, not just at the hospital, but at the school, to grow and learn and be the person I am today.
Trish, thank you so much for establishing this scholarship and for your commitment to make future gifts to help it grow. We are so grateful. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the chairman of the board of the MCV Foundation, Wyatt Beazley. Wyatt joined the MCV Foundation Board in July of 2016 and he became board chair in 2019. He is an attorney, and he specializes in healthcare law. He joined Williams Mullen in 1992 and is the co-chair of the Williams Mullen Healthcare team. Wyatt has been listed in the Best Lawyers in America and Virginia Super Lawyers magazine, and has been named by Virginia Business Magazine as one of the legal elite since 2009. Wyatt's father and grandfather graduated from MCV School of Medicine, and his father served on the MCV Foundation Board as well. Wyatt.
Thank you, Margaret Ann. That's way too nice. As Margaret Ann noted, I have the distinct honor of serving as chair of the board of the MCV Foundation. In that capacity, I get to witness firsthand the great and important work that is conducted at the MCV campus by students, faculty, researchers, providers, and others. Those efforts benefit not only our region, but also the community at large, and Central Virginia is very fortunate to have VCU Health in our backyard. At no time has this been more evident than in the past 12 months. We know it hasn't been easy, but on behalf of the MCV Foundation, I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone in our healthcare system for their efforts over the past year. We have all benefited from your tireless work. To the scholarship recipients, congratulations on your hard work and your award. It is an honor for our foundation to participate in this process, and you have much to be proud of. We look forward to seeing how each of you utilizes this opportunity going forward and the contributions you will make to further healthcare. I would be remiss if I did not mention, however, that none of this is possible without our scholarship donors. We saw several examples today of the generosity and vision of our donors and the significant impact of their scholarships. It is important to note that although the initial beneficiary of their scholarships is the recipient, ultimately, we all benefit from their willingness to help fund the education of our future healthcare providers. We can't thank you enough for your generosity and commitment. Finally, I would like to thank Margaret Ann and the staff of the MCV Foundation for all of their efforts. Beyond organizing this wonderful event, they, in conjunction with our board, play a key role in ensuring that our donor scholarship funds will be available for future scholarship recipients for years to come. Thank you. In closing, I must say that I wish we were able to celebrate this occasion in person. As hard as we try, there's no way to sufficiently express our thanks and congratulations over the internet. We are very hopeful that this will change by next spring, and we look forward to seeing everyone in person again very soon. In the meantime, please stay healthy and keep up the good work. Thank you to all, and have a great day.